As famed dungeon master, Ben Clifford.
I knew it. I knew he was going to go meta.
Coming to the end of the first D&D campaign he's run. Of all the games that e'er I've run, I run this in good company. And all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to NPCs. And all I've done, for want of plot, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy. No, not just yet. There's still some unfinished business. Hey! Welcome to Homebrew, the show where we avoid the crushing dullness of everyday life, the everyday life we've lived in the last 4 to 5 years, with our two favorite forms of escapism. They are alcohol and Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we are going to be playing today, although you might not recognize it because it's 80 episodes of full campaign. We have fucked up the mechanics and we do our own thing. I am not going to introduce people to what we do or the beers you have because I want them to be a surprise. However, if you are in live chat, if you're in the sidebar and you have beer names, you have beer magic, you have all that good beardy goodness, or anything else that you want the party or myself to snatch during the next couple of hours, please do shout them out there. We will grab them as we need them and as we try to save the world. However, that is not to say that we'll dive into the game proper straight away. We are, of course, partners since almost the very beginning 4 years ago. The wonderful DakotaIrish.com. You can head over to DakotaIrish.com. You can check out. I mean, when we first started this, a lot of these things weren't in the store. Just even Dakota Irish has grown. Look at us grow with them. But there is now teas, as in the things you wear. There are now teas, as in the things you drink. There are now. There's only 2 teas, I think. There may be little tea squares. Something.
Dice. Fucking teas.
Yeah, teas, trays, towers.
Well, like, tease yourself.
Don't list all of them because you do want it to still be a bit of a tease.
Yes. There is dice towers, dice trays, all the things you can want and wish and love to have at your game to level up your gaming experience. And if you head over there and use the promo code Last Call, especially both for us in the final run up to this campaign ending, that's LASTCALL, Last Call, should be down below. You can get yourself a whopping 10% off. That's not bad. We don't know. We're just got Irish because it is the end of campaign 1, but it's not the end of Homebrew. We are just going to take a break, a pretty extended one. I would imagine somewhere between 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months. Who knows? Longer. We might come back in a different format. For give you a little bit of housekeeping there, we might start doing shorter little pre-recorded campaigns, little sessions. It mightn't be a whole full campaign that lasts 4 years every second Tuesday. We're pretty good too. Like, I checked our numbers. We rarely missed a stream, unless it was something like Christmas Day. So fair fucking play, everyone. That is like be proud because that is incredible. That's it. Unless anyone else, before we dive into the game proper, has anything they want to.
Do you want to do a whip round on what people are drinking?
No.
He said no.
He said no.
He said he didn't want to explain the rules, not to run through what we're drinking.
I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted the rules to be a surprise, just to confuse anyone who decided to cheat and start at the last episode.
That makes sense. I was enjoying chat's response to all of our deadly shirts because Paul has these deadly shirts.
Yeah.
We don't always wear all the same outfit, but we do.
I also appreciate, Lucy, you didn't realize that you were wearing a dress that perfectly frames the logo.
I know, right? This dress is otherwise too low cut, really. But it's like perfect for this. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, these shirts aren't slutty enough.
Yeah.
I'll get more of a V thing going on next time. A backwards V though.
Should have just cut it, yeah.
backwards V. So an A.
No, it shows it's on your back, so it
Oh,
shows
on the
more
back.
back.
That's what he meant. Like
The
okay.
sexiest part of a woman. That's a that's a
Oh.
Brooklyn 99 which goes reference. Which goes it also has
on the back.
Yeah.
How good is that? Like our cloaks.
It's us.
Hucks, punks.
so
Ted's crew. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Paul gave us a little campaign finale gift, and one day there was a little bet going on in our Discord whether Lucy would get this before the campaign, but it's still here.
I mean, this just tells us we don't hang out in person enough, and you don't come into town enough. Maybe, you know. I know. No, you've literally given it to me. I've held it in my hands multiple times, and you know, the shame lives on.
We usually use it to drink, and then when you drink, it's like, oh yeah, that thing. I'll just leave it here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't normally steal the receptacles from people's homes. But yeah.
There is something nice about having a glass in your friend's house. That's like, I'll use mine.
Yeah.
My glass.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, without further ado, let's dive into a world where anything is possible, not always probable. As we finish this, let's bring it to an end. I don't know what's going to happen. Players don't know what's going to happen. Chat if you know.
Tell us.
But with the honor of the final recap of campaign 1, Puck, my little prince, what's the story?
Hiya. All right. It's gonna be it's gonna be a mad one. So I don't know. I didn't know if you remember about a minute ago, but in game time, but we were falling into a pond, and we fell into that pond, and we were immediately in. Well, I mean, I was just alone. I was alone in the dark, surrounded by water. I mean, I tried to see if I could find out where any of my mates were. Seems like they didn't notice I was gone for a little bit, but then all of a sudden, what did I see but a giant beam of light, as well as a sense that there's something around me. And so I swam to the light, away from the thing that was around me, and and all of a sudden I got hit by a giant magical hand. So the thing from around me was attacking. I ended up shoved into something furry and warm with a beating heart, which luckily turned out to be Arlington. I don't know if this is when it started, but he got quite excited. He pinched my bottom and threw me behind him. It's been a strange time. When I got around to behind us and saw what was going on, Randir was trying to make some kind of orb of powers. Iggy was using her powers as well to do something. I could feel it going on. We turned around, and with Arlington's light, we could see there was a giant kraken in this water ball that we were in. And I thought, I can't do anything else, so I might as well see if we can help with this god thing. What I figured out what was going on through these weird god senses is that Randir was trying to create a space where some air, because Bacchus only had about a minute. Turns out we only needed 10 seconds, but he only had about a minute of air. So while Randir was trying to create a space and Iggy was trying to create oxygen, I decided to try to destroy the water that was in the space. And all of a sudden, that worked perfectly, worked according to plan. We had a space, and then through no fault of us, just for some reason, a hole in the entire plane opened up, probably Rua, and all the water started whirlpooling out, and then we were firing out. That was probably Rua's doing, I would say. And then we were on Bigby's hand. I thought I was falling to my death, but there's Bigby's hand again. Iggy had swung it around. We were all able to deal with what we were dealing with, take stock and have a look around. And as that happened, a giant tentacle flies out of the sky, and Arlington appears to have a large tumescence. I just didn't know what's going on with Arlington at the moment, but he's really enjoying this final episode. What follows is us trying to decide what we can do with Rua because we're floating above. I mean, it's perfect. We can see like the whole map that we have, the map from your man. It's right below us. You can see all the Triskelion roads, and you can go the center point. There's a giant beam of energy and magic, pure magic, just flying up from the center. And we thought to ourselves, sure, we can just drop in. We can just drop in on an old Rua there. So we're like, well, let's have a plan. And then all of a sudden we all forget Bigby's big hand doesn't really last very long. And so we're plummeting again as it disappears. Iggy casts it again. We decide to talk about that for a while. Then that disappears and then we plummet again. And then Iggy casts it again. And we continue to talk about whether or not we'll deal with Rua or that. We get to the ground through a use of Randir's powers. We teleport ourselves to the ground. Iggy uses her powers to create a soft landing for us. I use the power of destruction to create a whirlwind and safe space, destroy everything and keep a safe space around us. And Arlington gives us the time with which to do all of this in. And sure, great. We're on the ground. Rua's over there. Surely we've decided what we're going to do. Everyone's got a great idea as to what we're going to do. And we thought we'll all use our god powers. And we're all on the same page. Everything's working out great. We know we're all going to go talk to her. And then the world seems to, right now, have fractured into four. I didn't know what's happened with the punks. I thought everyone was, fine listening to the leader and, going through the main course of action. But here we are. Arlington seemed to go ahead with something that I think he mentioned at some point about seeing a perfect moment or seeing what happened, seeing a point in time in the future where either Rua's dead or Rua succeeds or what happens in the future, basically. And we found out if nothing's done by us, if everything's left to play out exactly as is, then Rua's gonna win. She's gonna have everything she wants. Bacchus is gonna be there. He seems grand. He seems happy enough. Presumably everyone else is dead. But they're living in a big Fey melded plain palace, big white palace in the Fey melded plain. So that's, if we do nothing, that's what's going to happen right now. I think that's it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. While we were all plummeting to our death, we did tell Bacchus, bearing in mind that he was a pain in the glass about a minute ago, that he is eternally been going out with Rua, and they keep meeting to this thousands of lives. And the main difference this time round is that Iggy was born, and that Rua left and decided to try to destroy all of the planes. So that's something else. But sure, here we are. We're in a fractured universe. Our god powers might have gotten ahead of us, but sure, destruction's good. So I can't see any problems with that. Let's go.
That was comprehensive, and I don't know what I expected. I would expect nothing less. Thank you. I'm a little bit worried that someone who listened to that doesn't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, maybe probably.
I took all the notes, but I don't know that I know what was going on.
So I might TLDR it.
What are you saying?
Saying if it was too legendary and you didn't appreciate it, then rescue Bacchus fell into the plane of water, sucked through you exploded through there into where Rua is. A giant kraken is plugging the hole in the sky. You can see their big kraken arse. And you fell not exactly in front of Rua, but you are some distance away, just outside what seems to be a marshy, ruined bog. But then, as time and space flickers, also a majestic white castle, seemingly the point of Rua's residency in the Feywild, where it overlaps in the material plane. We're not necessarily. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. You know it's split, but I wonder if you know that in the moment, in the time. Did we establish that with Arlington's future? We brought you back and you knew everything that happened when it happened, but I don't think you know that there's 3 other futures. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
No, everything's split.
I would say since my forte is time, I don't think I'd recognize like different realities at once, because probably have a hard enough time separating different things happening at different times or the same times anyway. So I'd say Arlington probably perceives it as like, this is a future version, this is a past version, rather than them being concurrent.
Gotcha.
He's a god in
knows
training,
that
like the
something's-
Disney movie.
Huck knows that a
Finding
destruction
Nemo.
has occurred.
Yes, you know that there's been a shattering. Iggy, you very much pick up that this plane, this like pure beam of magic shooting into the sky, seems to be creating worlds and universes and anything. Magic is one of those things that, if left to its own devices and not contained within, say, a Dagda's cauldron or something, when left loose and spilling into the world, it touches parameciums, viruses, atoms, multiplies, creates from there worlds. You saw in Arlington's vision all these different worlds, all these different places, all these different universes, not just the realms of existence of which you know of in Hibernia, but seemingly infinite and ever-growing, because Hibernia has become this origin point of creation through this beam of magic. So from here, the worlds created are endless. Somewhat of a World 1 of potential other campaigns and settings.
What kind of crazy people would unleash magic upon the world and just, get rid of Dagda's cauldron?
Who knows? Drew doesn't.
Well, there's no consequence of that, so it shouldn't actually be any different than when they were using Dagda's cauldron before. So.
And there was no consequences.
No consequence.
Oh, well.
Brandir,
Yes.
where we'd left off right at the end of Huck's recap there was back from Arlington trying to find a point in time in which he was trying to see if either Rua or Bacchus had died. And if she succeeds, it seems like they live forever throughout all of history and time. And in, on a page of every story, they're somewhat there in the distance, in the background, in their Feywilds. It's everything she wanted. She was banished from the Feywilds.
Oh.
Keelan, that's right into the mic.
Right into your mic.
I really laughed. That was disgusting.
Oh, the ASMR there.
It sounded like you just started like a record playing or something.
Yeah.
Well, I've only ruined one half of the t-shirt.
Which half? Which half?
That'll remain to be seen
That was
for later on.
so
Or it wasn't
disturbing.
study half.
Yes, you've come back from Arlington's one, trying to find a point in time in which they died, and seemingly they lived forever. It's everything Rua wanted. She was banished from the Feywilds forever, but she's now brought the Feywilds to her. Your plan, actually, why don't you? I believe your plan was to go back in time to talk to her at that moment of first initiation. So let me know how the party's. Fill me in general. What's the party feeling, doing? Where you're standing? How you looking? Good, like hammer plans around hero style.
Okay.
What goes well?
I think so it was when we had just finished the game of death and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do. I got a message from Rua saying that she would like to have to continue our conversation, and I think Randir is going to go back to that point and have that conversation to see if he can either convince Rua or like talk to Rua and see what he can manage to help the situation of loads of people dying and the worlds coming together or not coming together. So nice.
As the ideal of space, you can definitely get yourself to get the four of you where you want to go, but you will need the help of Arlington, I believe, to get you when you want to go.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
I have a plan of going back in time to when Rua asked us to talk the second time to me, to see if we can get some information, or maybe try to convince her at that point to help save some people.
As you're explaining the plan, Arlington's like stretching and doing a couple little like squats, and he's like, yeah, okay, yep, okay, no problem, can definitely do that. Yep.
I think is the time travel thing that you have to clench your butt? Is that Is that how we established how
I
that
don't
works?
know if it's a requirement, but I've done it every time, and it's worked every time. So
Yeah, it's like the perfect score kind of thing where everything keeps out. Okay, cool. Yeah, got it.
yeah,
All right, let's
the
go.
more pieces I add onto it, the more they're absolutely imperative. Still definitely getting the hang of this thing, but sure, let's give it a go. Last time I brought someone else with me, it was very, very, very unpleasant. So just be ready for a bit of vom. It might end up that way. Okay, and he clicks his heels together. Let's go, and he grabs Randir by the shoulders and clenches his butthole and sends us hopefully through time.
Give me a time roll.
D20, isn't it?
D20 plus 8.
Time roll.
And to set the scene for while you're rolling that up, you are in the center of a boggish ruin, completely desolate area in Hibernia, the Midlands, of which this runic sort of cathedral space is flickering in and out into Rua's castle itself. You do see these pockets of temporal sort of energy. Seemingly, time moves a little different. It's like elements of the Fae are coming through to the material. And all around you, there are bards singing in unison. There are civilians and townsfolk, those reached by Rua's broadcast, believing that they are here for some sort of essential, or at the very least, to witness something fucking cool. Arlington, your armies are on the outskirts of this, but between them and the townsfolk and the bards and Rua, seemingly are orc pirates and somewhat zombie-esque. Would you call them zombie-esque? Not undead, just not altogether there in their mind, members of the Fianna. You wouldn't recognize them instantly as Hux Punks, but as players, if you watched the Red Dead Redemption streams, you would see them as Fianna who have been somewhat brain slugged from the far realm and are now fighting on alongside Captain Troll Tunger's orc pirate crew. But there are people to go punch if you want, but
have my forces started engaging, or are they just kind of like squaring off?
No, they're writing orders. Last you gave them, you said go here.
Cool. It's important to know you said +8 for the time travel. I don't know if you did this intentionally. My strength saving throw is +8, so clearly the clenching is what's making this work. I got a 24.
Nice. Yeah. Yourself and Randir, are you bringing anyone else with you, or just Randir?
I think like obviously the others will probably come too, I guess. We should probably bring them, right?
If I'm able to, yes.
Were we able to see what was happening? Did you say we'd know what would happen on these timelines, but not?
Yeah, you would. Because it's not necessarily what hasn't happened here is that you're not fracturing it. It's just when you all landed and you were all on the same page, working together, all powers kind of combined and united. And then the moment sort of 4 plans were at odds with each other, you felt at the center of this space, because of the magic and the nature of it, you felt the kind of threads of time pull apart, or even threads of reality, the fabric of reality just kind of shatter. So you know that there's other opportunities, but you are all suddenly in Randir's.
So to clarify, this me helping Randir now, is this Randir's timeline and his Arlington is helping? So it's not necessarily my timeline. This is happening in a different
Your timeline, you've gone to find a moment of destruction.
Right.
Oh, cool. Then I'm definitely bringing everybody, because I definitely need Hook to help me with the
You're answering, but I asked Arlington, and Arlington hesitated. And time
did hesitate. I think that makes sense, because I don't think Arlington believes he struggled to bring one person before. The idea of bringing 3 people, he's a bit ropey on it, so he definitely hesitates.
We're screwed.
So, you disappear.
Arlington lacks confidence in every version of himself.
Randir, come on! Or Arlington, come on!
You appear just outside the war room of the Kingdom of Ossory. So you can see the 4 of you in that room.
Okay.
Arlington seems to go off with Abby de Vauclair for some sort of sparring match.
Look, Spirit, it is me and Jacob Marley in the kingdom.
I can't remember exactly what the rest of you were all doing, but I think you all, actually, Randir, you're about to walk out of the room to go to chat to Sarah Susie.
Randir kind of wants to do that again. But
it's fun.
There's no time. If you meet your past self, something bad. Just don't talk to her.
Oh wait, hang on. Oh,
But
I
you-
see the four of us. So it's just it's me and Arlington are kind of like off to the side. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, no,
Yes.
that's fine. I'll let
But
Randy go.
Arlington of this time goes off to spar with Abby de Vauclair. Rander of this time goes off to chat to Sarah Susie. I think Iggy and Hook stayed there. They are there. But you hear that message again, and it kind of echoes as if it's happening in two places at once, because now it is.
Okay.
We should definitely mess with Iggy and Huck. Look, they won't know that we're from a different time. We can completely mess with their heads.
So, yeah, just run up and just be like, we're from a different time. Everything works out real well. Just remember that Bigsby Hand is the best way to float down from a large height repeatedly.
This is great.
Yeah, I think Randir's gonna wait until Randir Prime or Randir 1 goes off and Arlington goes off, and then he's gonna go up to Iggy and Hook and be like, I just got a message from Rua saying that we should she wants to talk, so maybe it's a good idea to kind of, do terms of engagement, or no below the belt punches or anything like that during the fight. I think it would be a good idea to kind of negotiate with her a little bit before,
Oh yeah. That sounds like a great plan. You should have said. She just did that now, did she?
Yeah, just now.
Oh yeah, Grant.
not,
just now.
Not that I'm from the future, and it's been a couple of days, and I mean,
strike while the iron is hot. That's what I say. An iron expression from a Fae character.
it'll be real.
I'm probably going to not speak, because last time that I chatted with her with you, she sort of like stole like little words from my brain. I was told. So I'll come for like moral support, but I might try and say nothing.
Just when she says, "Can I have a word?" don't say yes.
I'm going to say nothing, so it's fine.
Okay.
I find it terrifying.
Hook, I need you on point to help us with any kind of Fae shit. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there's a lot of it,
So-
and it is pretty funny most of the time. It'll be hard to go against the instinct. Usually, you're yes-anding other Fae, tricking normal humans. It'll be difficult, but I'll try.
Just really need you to do one for the team. Just
Yeah.
for your close
I'll try to stop
friends.
myself from thinking, "Oh, she got you." Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Fae.
What should I do, Coach?
I want you to intimidate her.
I'm actually not so great at that. If only there were two of me. No, it's too ridiculous.
I could probably try something to make an illusion of you.
So, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Historically, I don't come across as very intimidating.
8 of you will be.
I befriended you immediately. I've never thought you were intimidating.
Yes, that's always been a failing of my character. I'm a literal monster. It's never really come across as intimidating. Anyway, don't worry about it. 8 of me should do the job.
Grud's probably pretty intimidating.
Probably. But maybe.
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna answer the message and say to Rue, where would she like to meet and have a discussion?
Yeah. The moment you answer, behind you, you feel the air just sort of get a little warmer, and you recognize a small, thin, thread-like beam of light begins to create a doorway for you to walk through, and it sort of spins and begins to wrap like vines and trellises as it creates a arch of flowers, and through that you can see just the shimmering. But Iggy, I want you to roll a d20.
Okay.
Just want to note this: we're gods and aspects of different times and space and stuff like that. None of us can do that, so maybe we are actually out of our league.
You saying that out loud to her?
No, this is all in Rander's head.
I got a 15 there, Ben.
15. There's not a lot of time left. You could go talk to Iggy. Your dad's still trapped somewhere in one of those locks up north. And if you go into this conversation, the fight might happen and he might be trapped forever.
Wait, I'm confused. Sorry. Wait.
You're
I
back in
This
time.
you're before you saved Bacchus right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
No,
So
but I-
going through this
I
door
thought
means
I'm Randir's version of
No,
me
no.
that came from the future. Oh no, I'm
Because-
not. Sorry.
because
You're not.
Arlington didn't take you with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh, so that slows it down. Okay. Oh god, this will just slow it down by arguing with you that I think we shouldn't do this. We should go save my dad. I can't go by myself. Okay.
we
How
have
about I go and help Iggy save Bacchus?
we have the aspect of time,
Hello.
so we can do this.
I am, but
come
that's
back out,
crazy.
then go back
that's
in
entirely
time.
untested. I mean, we don't know what he can do.
I think there's time. This is me just arguing. I think there's time because this is where we had a break. Like he went and talked to Sarah Susie. We didn't save Bacchus in this time. So-
Ultimately, we decided to
I don't think I
cool,
wanted
cool
that.
the jets. Our actual decision at the time was to cool the jets on
Yeah. I was letting
talking to her and going to save your dad.
I will
So-
say we have one episode to finish this, so whatever your instincts tell you, Lucy, do that.
I feel like Ben's trying to get me to do something that will
Do what would
presumably
you do though?
Sorry, but I don't. I just going back to where Bacchus is. I don't know. Ben, do you want to give me another hint there? Do you want me to get it?
Ignore Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I can. All I'm saying is that in the game that you played, you had time, but if you go see Ruin now and a fight happens, that fight might happen before, after, earlier.
Well, I think the Lucy that's there is the Lucy resembles myself at any point after 80 episodes. Shouldn't I know that? I mean the Iggy in this timeline is taking the time. This is like a long rest or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Well, Arlen's doing it there, so I think she goes and does this, and then potentially, if this is where we end the show, that's my dad. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
actually, he would just perish in this glass. Who knows? I mean, this is why I would ask her. I don't know. But yeah.
All right. You all step through, and
I see what you mean.
Here.
Give me like a save point there of like, if this happens that way, this doesn't. You don't do the saving.
there's
Okay.
one version of this ending, the one right now, which Bacchus isn't. You don't know what I'm saying at this point in time. You don't know. So I'm just
I get
letting
you.
out all the four. This is one where Bacchus may or may not survive.
Sorry, I'm panicked at that choice.
I'm layering in. I've learned after 80 episodes, consequences are fun. Raising the stakes. You all walk through. Iggy, Randir, you instantly have a feeling of recognition. You've been to this sort of in-betweeny space before. This is not too dissimilar to the garden and table and afternoon tea that you had with Rua not too long ago outside of Huck's family home. It lives within this sort of side dimension, seemingly. But Arlington and Huck, you see a tall, auburn-haired, high archfey sitting at a table. He's seemingly dressed in what Arlington you would recognize to be ceremonial but also battle attire. There are golden leaves in her dress, creating a breastplate into a flowing dress below. And in between her arms, there is just this kind of wispy shawl that she seems to be wearing. Beside her is an assistant. But he doesn't really matter all that much this time. It's almost a similar setup. And there's just seemingly this sort of shimmering mist around your entire little small circle. It's sort of like empty, matrixy kind of space. As Rua turns around and goes, "Oh, Randir, so kind of you to accept my invitation. May I have a moment?"
No, but we can talk.
Let's go.
She smiles and goes, "Well, take a seat. And these must be Ignatius. Are these your friends? I think we've met. I recognize you, the long ears. Hi-ho, Prince. Ha.
Hiya.
And, well, if I'm not mistaken, I'm also in the company of royalty, if a little bit unrecognized these days, but the High King of Hibernia, Aramon. Nice to see you.
I'd give her a little courteous, like half bow, not a full on one. Just kind of grunt.
I feel like there's been a misunderstanding. And I
Oh,
thought, in the
great.
interest of transparency, I would give you some answers to any questions you might have to widen your comprehension.
Okay. I have 3 questions that may expand. The location that we're currently in, this space between the worlds, how large is it? Can it be as large as you want?
No. In fact, it's quite small.
And if you had the help of myself, would you be able to increase the size of this place?
Unfortunately not. Although, I like what you're thinking. She waves her hand, and the glamour around you drops. And you are in a rune, in a bog, in the middle of Hibernia, in front of a stone altar. I just haven't had a chance to tidy the place up yet. She waves her hand again, and then this mist.
What? I like the dank.
Oh, but mom, the dank.
Okay, well that's kind of then I guess my next question is the singing bards that you're kind of wanting to help with your ritual. Are they necessary for the ritual?
They're almost integral. Song is how things are created. Song is the language of creation.
I carve on the back of my shield. Bards first.
Iggy winces looking over it.
Look over crossover. Minus Iggy.
Although, she also, or maybe she went like, oh, like.
Yeah, the bard is first in my heart.
Yeah.
Huck has no idea what Randy's talking about. Is the first he's hearing about bards?
Yes, yeah. Arlington and Rand are the only two who know. In fact, good point. You listen. No bards yet.
You have another question for Render? Is this a free for all?
By all means, before I answer any more questions, I trust there's not going to be an issue with the whole ritual. I mean, I did the courtesy of telling you quite some time ago about this, and I presume you've looked after all the concerns you have.
No, we haven't. We have barely even done anything of probably use. We've been bumbling across this campaign, and
he's out of the funk.
No, I think our last concern is essentially the lives of the people, and I know that you said we were probably you said it to the Hux Punks before I joined. If there was any concerns that you should probably handle them. I'm going to use the whole fact that I haven't been a part of the whole Hux Punk thing for a while, but
it's my first day.
How did you know? My concern is essentially the lives of the people that will probably be lost. I know that it's like a 50-50 chance. We're going with a gamble here of how many people will be lost, but for your everlasting love for Bacchus that continues without ending. And my question is,
Randy, I'm going to stop you there. I've done you the courtesy of being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I see it, you do the same. I know you, some of you, all of you, have destroyed 2 protections I had in place, and it seems like you are all more concerned with obstruction than it is protection of people. So please, be honest. Why do you want to stop me And why should I trust you? Because from the moment we've met, I've been nothing but honest and forthright. I've told you my plans. I've invited you to multiple talks.
Being honest about your plans to kill people doesn't make them okay, just to be completely clear.
But no one has to have died if you did what you claim to say you cared about.
You can't guarantee that no one's going to get hurt if you merge planes together.
You said
No?
you
Never
specifically
said I would.
You specifically said that though.
Yeah, people, if they're here, will be hurt.
On this plane.
Yes. Now, a lot more people are going to be hurt because you've removed some of my protections. So, not only have you not helped anyone, you've actually put more people in danger. So, I'm asking you again, why should I trust you lying little bitches?
Not really asking you to trust us, just, cooperate.
I ask you to do the
We
same.
came here for an equitable solution.
So the reason that I want to stop you is because I don't want people to die. It doesn't matter how the amounts. You said that people would die in this plane. It doesn't matter about your protections or anything like that. People would die. And I'm against that. Okay? So we tried to stop you. And yes, we did fail a lot. No. Randir's time to talk there, miss. Alright? So, either you stop
Make
what
a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
No, the other one is back chatting a god.
I'm gonna use my god powers to ignore that.
She's a missus.
If I can.
Space.
Oh,
The brewing ones.
Yeah, my brewing god space like power.
He's
So
too
essentially
drunk to consider his actions.
to restrict, to I guess resist.
Okay, explain how.
Well, if I feel anything strange with the mind or anything like that, Randir knows his mind. So if there's any kind of things that he feels suddenly kind of creeping in or anything like that, like even truth, like a zone of truth or anything like that, I think he would recognize it, especially as a spellcaster as well.
Sure. Make your saving throw with advantage.
I got a 18.
18.
can I give him a thing?
Yeah. I want you to make a perception check first.
Myself.
Okay, sure.
Or
No.
Oh yeah. 18. I think my perception's 0. I got 18 on dice. Yeah, perception 0.
Yeah, something's happening, but you don't know what.
That's not enough really to help. Yeah, okay.
You could still. I mean, you can.
I have to. I think with Ben Luck, I have to know what's going on in order to be able to give him a roll. I have to know he's trying to roll something. If they're just staring at each other in their heads, I can't.
Oh, Ben looks such a meta thing anyway that I think you can. Yeah. Because it's like Hook would never know. Like, oh, there's a dice involved. But Keelan, yeah. That's if you want to give him.
Yeah. No, what I mean is that someone's trying to do an action. Yeah, but yeah. I'm just giving him luck. Actually, just generically, I know he's doing something. It didn't help. +1. 19. There you go.
Rua says one word. Listen. But it's mid-sentence. And you cut her off. So continue. In fact, it's so small. It's just, listen. And then it doesn't even register.
Yeah. When I joined the party, my only concern was to save lives. And as I said, we tried to save lives. We tried to stop you. Because any deaths is the wrong amount. And we screwed up. But I'm here now to try and figure a way that I can save all of the lives. And yet give you what you want. So my question is, the songs that you need, can they be done magically through my boxes?
I don't see why not. Can you infuse magic within these boxes?
They are magical.
The bards that I've helped along with their careers, they will be fine if it's about saving lives. And Rander, I have never been against you all saving lives. My problem is you've done nothing but put more lives in danger.
And I have admitted that.
But I've never been against. You've all the time you want to save lives. Just find a place large enough to hold everyone. Ensure it's not where you expect it to be when you want it to be.
I think
It should be fine.
I think Randir is going to try and use all of his powers and also beer magic.
Okay.
And he's going to use 12 Acres Brewing Company's The Far Side.
Oh, okay.
He's going to kick her 12 acres away.
It's going to write a scathing 2-panel comic book about her.
And I think he's going to try use the beer magic, the god magic, and his aspect of space to essentially be able to, for the instant that the planes merge together, move everybody that is in everybody that Rua hasn't initiated as danger into, and I'm going to use a second beer to really kick this up a notch. To the far side. Into the Lost Armada, which I'm going to is a bunch of ships to be able to carry them. I'm going to drink both of these beers right now.
You don't have to do it right now. You can drink them first.
Well, which one? Yeah. So, essentially, hopefully protecting as many people as possible. So,
can I wonder if I can help in any way. Maybe not, but I'm wondering if Iggy has a bit of a connection to the lives of all of the people in Hibernia, in the sense that she has a connection to the death of all of the people in Hibernia. And is there some way that she can help in some way? I'm not sure. What I'm thinking of is not that I'm helping actually doing it, but more that maybe she has access to the inventory, the list, the admin list somewhere that actually says the name and birth date of everyone. Because the Morrigan she was taking on was a very admin role. We went through this. And maybe she does have the actual access to all of the living creatures. She can't actually do anything with their lives, only when they die. But maybe I can help Randy with that.
Yeah, give me a
an admin role? What's that?
Yeah, see, in theory, in traditional D&D, this would be like a religion role. Same with Randir's brewing god stuff. But because you were literally the gods of it, religion is how people get in touch with you, not how, and I also know none of you have good religion.
It'd be my perception of all the people in the world that are under my...
Yeah, you widen your perception out to the world, like Xavier in Cerebro. You get in touch with all people, they're mutants.
Oh god, I got a 2 plus 11. I love it. The dice knew that was. She's new at her job. She's not that good yet.
Well, what you are tapping into is a significant number of people on death's door. So with that, you have a lot of last words. If you need to get a very short message across the world, not a bad way to do it.
Oh, that's interesting.
We have so many beer magic stuff to help.
Yeah, release the Duck Unlimited. Duck Unlimited.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I was thinking of it as infinite ducks, but yeah, unlimited ducks.
I was attempting to help it. Yeah, sorry, please continue.
No, I like it. I also have beer magic that it's not I'll let you know what I have that I'm willing to share. I've Magic Mist by if you ever need a Magic Mist. This is just a horse with an AK-47. Comes in handy.
That's actually what I've been picturing as Rua this whole time. When you described her, I'm like, that's not right. She's clearly a horse with a gun.
It's 8 to the K. So if you need a horse with an AK-47, and then everything else, I might use this one's called Space Opera, so that's pretty useful too.
Ben, you promised we weren't going to just run through the beers. They were going to be a surprise.
No, surprises when they need to be.
Are you using all of them?
I have.
No, I'm just
He's
saying
not-
if any of you, I'm about to.
He's
crack into
allowing
it.
us to use them.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you want one.
Yeah.
Can I
I'm on your side
confirm?
as much as-
Has Randir ramped towards has the conversation ended, or is this?
Pretty much. Rua turns around and says, "Yeah, that's a good point. Let's get back into the roleplay." Well, around here, Iggy, Aramon, Huck, if you can find a way to protect the people you really care about, and you stay out of my way, we don't have a problem. I've protected the one person I care about, and, well, Iggy, I respect you, so I believe you'll take care of yourself.
The words everyone wants to hear from their mother.
I only heard the part, and I just didn't hear the rest. That I did a little bit.
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, do you have to do your ritual like soon now? I mean, you're saving the one person. We need to be able to save all the other people. That's fine, but there's a kind of a deadline now.
If I leave the magic loose for too long, especially with what you've done for the little bit of protection I had, I'm scared of what might happen if I leave it any longer. Because, unlike you, I actually do want to minimize people dying. I was
you
happy
do-
with just the material plane, but I mean, elementals now into it, Far Realm, all those creatures, just because they're not civilization, just because they're a little gross looking and slime around the place, does not mean their lives are worth less. They're
So
all nature.
you could not do your plan then, because now so many people are going to die.
No, if I leave it any longer than that, who knows what will happen? Loose magic in the world? That's...
I
Ian,
only
for
wanted to
Archman.
kill 5 people. Now you're making me kill 30. You're the bad guys. God, you are so entitled. All right, I've got a real quick deal for you because I'm getting real sick of this shit. Okay? One question for you, then I'll shut up and we can progress this however you want it to go. Can you, and this is important, listen to me. I feel like you're not looking and listening to me. I'm a king. You have to listen to me. Can you bring someone back from the dead? Regular guy. Just a total normal dude.
That's strange.
Before I answer, do we have a deal?
It depends on what your answer is.
Well, you said I'd like to make a deal with you, and I love making
Your
deals.
leverage depends entirely on if you can bring someone back for me.
I can answer your question.
I would advise against making any deals with the Fae
Yeah, I'm not making a deal with you unless, like,
as
I
your
mean,
Fae
you did
attorney.
say you
Yeah,
offered me
it's
a
good.
deal. I'm just on the receiving end, either accepting or declining. I'm just double checking. What you said just a moment ago was, I'll make a deal with you, and then I'm going to shut up.
She's pretending to be nice, but in Fae dictates, she actually has to ask to reconfirm it's a protection thing.
if you can bring the person I request back with no monkey paw bullshit, not a zombie, not for a temporary amount of time, not as a baby, any of that bullshit. And I know you know what I'm talking about, your Fae bullshit, just because you've got cool armor and a weird halo around you. If you can do that, I'll use my powers of time manipulation to aid in your ritual and try and reduce as many casualties as I can.
Arlington, she's not a genie.
Well, if she was, I'd get 3 of these things, but you take what you can get.
I'm not a genie, and I am very sorry, Arlington. I can't do that. If you happen to have gin nearby, well, then you might have a genie on your hands.
That's Iggy's department.
But I am not a genie. There is one in Hibernia.
A gin?
What? A gin in the city of... Oh, you guys haven't been there. That's why you don't know about it. Okay, yes.
Not for all the tonic.
Not maybe campaign 2 or something. We can look into that. That sounds like a whole thing. All right. Randy, you let me know when you're done. I'm kind of done with this.
Yeah, I think with the Far Side, the Lost Amata, My Space, and God Powers, and I think that's what he's gonna do. It's literally for an instant he's gonna remove everybody as the planes merge and then return them back to the same place, if that's possible.
I love it. I really do.
Let me tell you this. If this fails, I will kill Bacchus. And I will make sure that he stays dead. All right. So that's the deal. If you somehow also monkey pour us, I will make sure that Bacchus never returns.
I look over and subtly give Iggy a look of like, nah.
I mean, we don't even know where Bacchus is. I don't. It's not necessarily an empty threat, but it's a strange thing.
Sorry, I got distracted trying to find something in the timelines because I thought I was.
Under
Here, sorry, who's killing my father?
Random's not-
No one if your mom plays ball.
Yeah, no one if Witcher Rua is perfectly on board with me essentially planual shifting everybody out of existence and then back into existence for literally a minor second.
Cool. I honestly can't. I'm trying to like decipher my notes to tell like what actually happened just before this meeting or what not. So
my recap didn't help.
Cause like I don't want to do that, but since I'm trying to save lives, and if they die,
Rander, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
sure thing.
All of you see actually the moment Rander says anything about Bacchus, and especially about bringing him into harm, her hair glares back in a storm of fury. A staff appears from nowhere, and she clamps it down into the ground.
25.
25.
Boss fight. It's a boss fight, everyone. Get ready. Mobilize.
he starts crying. Just
Take 11 points of psychic damage.
I'm already doing it.
But nothing else.
Was that a spell?
It was.
Cool. I'm going to use my rod to absorb it.
Okay. You get a 8th level spell slot in that rod.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm just Rua. I definitely understand about the reaction. As I said, I don't want to do that. But if you in any way do not help with shifting these people out and back in when the planes merge, that's what's going to happen. And I said I don't want it. I want you to live. I want you to live happily ever after. I want everybody to live happily ever after. But I don't know if you know this, but if everything goes horribly wrong, I go fairly bad. He's bringing back the memories of essentially the Under King Randir, the evil version of himself in that other timeline, because he remembers.
Oh, yes, yeah.
The deleted
I think I
timeline.
missed
Yeah.
that, but I like the ambiguity.
Yeah,
That we
episode
never talk
52.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It randomly live streamed. Anyone who watched it live got to see it, and then it glitched out or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to slightly retcon one thing as I look at this character sheet. Rua turns back to Arlington. Says, it wasn't an intentional lie, but how long has this person been dead? 200 years?
oh, couple, maybe 2 days, I think. Whoa, hang on, wait. No, in
It's
this,
been a
at this
day.
moment.
Yeah, isn't this pretty on the back of?
Yeah, this was
This,
like
this,
right
this
after.
is where we
maybe-
went to immediately after.
Yeah, this is maybe the same day, right?
Oh, well, do you know if the soul is willing?
I would presume so. Yes, didn't die under any necromantic circumstances. Someone slashed him up to bits.
And do you have the body?
Not on me. I don't carry it around. I can get it.
In the fame.
Does a body still exist?
I can't remember if he was chopped up
No.
into bits or just like really badly cut up.
I'll be honest, no body is better than lost body.
It was diced up into several pieces, if I recall.
We need to get this Lost Body, because if nobody's better than Lost Body, Rule won't be able to beat them.
Yeah. Then yes, I can help.
That's true. Then I mean, I'll do what I can to help this ritual without any hiccups. After you bring him back.
You what?
Sorry, he's my dad. He's my papa.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that are going to die.
No,
Not if I use god powers.
we all. This the thing is, if all of us join forces with Rua and make sure that the ritual happens with no problem, and also shift everybody into another like dimension for a short period of time, we essentially win this whole thing. Everybody gets to live for happily ever after. Now that's if it works. If it doesn't
We've never
work,
used our god powers. What are you talking about? This is madness.
Madness. No. This is homebrew.
I'm going to. No, I'm not going to use another beer. I already have too many to drink.
Well, I better go, ritual to be doing, but you bring me my body. I'll even do it mid-ritual if you want.
We've a deal then.
We have a deal.
Oh,
Outside
okay.
our hand. The deal's already made. This is just more formality. We both said we have it. We can't. You cannot.
No. You're both saying you have a deal. Doesn't mean that you've made the deal.
Verbal contracts, my friend.
And we're both fair here. You just said we have a deal. That just means the deal exists, not that you're in the deal or doing the deal or have agreed upon the deal. Arlington, you shouldn't deal with any more Fae.
Our hands out. Going once.
I take her hand,
Twice.
but I do it like Predator style. I grab the forearm.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's my papa. Look, people won't die. It's all going to work out. It's all good. I've got to go scoop up my dad.
Okay.
leave
You know, I mean, other
was
people
there.
can.
Okay, if you guys are staying here, that's cool. I'm gonna walk back out the gilded door. I'm gone.
Yeah, I guess with the whole. I guess Randy's pretty happy with what has transpired. Deal, guys. All right, let's go.
I think we've lost Lucy. She's not happy with that deal.
She's not happy with the deal, yeah.
Pray that I haven't altered the deal further.
Remind me when Tig actually died, we were in the material plane, right?
No.
We're in
You're
material
somewhere in
and-
between. You were
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between both, yeah.
That does complicate things.
Oh, yeah. That should be okay. Let us roll some dice. See how much time has passed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it's not 200 years.
It is the whole time Fae thing.
But I think Randy is going to be pretty happy with that, and I have a lot of beers to drink, so I think he's going to return out of this place. And that's not the one I'm currently drinking. Yeah, I think we'll...
I'm gonna sprint to, because Tig died in, was it Osprey? No, we weren't in Osprey.
No, you were in the Feywild Tri-Lock.
Yeah.
You're in that spiral.
The one to the south.
Game of Death?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how, without, we didn't walk there. It wasn't like it was a walk. Did we teleport back?
You weren't
Teleported-
here
we
for
teleported
this. Yeah, you teleported there, but you weren't here for the episode where Slurposaurus flew you back because you had
Right,
people.
yes. But we have the teleportation circle in Osprey, and is that connected to there?
No, I think you used.
We used
index.
our index.
Oh,
our-
yeah,
our
yeah.
magic,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rattler.
But
Yeah.
but unfortunately, you need to convince all of us to go do that rather than prepare to fight if you wanted to use that power.
We can't do that though, because Iggy can't say the words.
She can't go to index,
Oh,
but we can use the teleport.
Sorry, bye.
I'm
like
going,
every
as
episode
soon
we
as
do
I
this.
as soon as I step back through that gilded door, I'm going to try and focus my time magic solely on myself and not the world around me, and then sprint to where I left Tig's body and speed myself up time wise, so that I'm moving as fast as a cold torpedo.
Quite slow then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like a frozen lightning bolt.
So completely still.
Yeah.
Like an iceberg.
You'd rather move as fast as a
Glacial,
normal
yes.
lightning bolt. Lightning bolts are quite fast.
My
Traditionally.
God, he's going around the world so slowly. He's spinning. He's spinning himself back in time.
Some
There
people-
is 3 speed. 3 speed.
Oh
In the
yes.
sidebar.
Yes. 3 speed does make more sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
Those
we
3
used-
speeds
Was it Lindsay's beer?
are-
Yeah, Lindsay's beer 3 speed.
Hold on. I'm just gonna.
Can he go into Godspeed? Because people say Godspeed,
They
and he's
do.
God.
Oh, as in he's saying Godspeed to you.
Godspeed, Arlington.
Oh,
God.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
3 speed is light speed. That's pretty fast. Ridiculous speed, obviously, and then 3rd speed, ludicrous speed.
Yeah, whatever the highest setting is on this beer.
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah.
Sure. While we're waiting for Iggy, give me a roll of your time magic. Do it with advantage. You've got 3 speed. But I will warn you, you go under 80 miles per hour, you will explode.
That's okay.
You go under or over?
Yeah, it's sorry. Did I say 3 speed? I meant speed 3.
Oh man. Bad. 15 with advantage.
Oh, I thought you were saying my joke. Oh man, hard to watch.
Bad joke.
15? That's not. Look, for the sake of a finale, for the sake of brevity, for the sake of the speed, you like a really fast superhero, like a lightning bolt in your chest, with the speed of 1,000 beers. You run to Huck's home in the Feywild. You speed run. There's still some bandits. You can fucking. They're still there. They're yours now, though. So, but you can speed run.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll sidestep them. I'll juke around them.
Yeah, and there is a sort of mangled clump. Not pretty.
He has to be riding a bike, Lindsay says.
Oh,
With a little bell. I'll put him in the basket. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop him up with tears in my eyes, and then start make my way back as fast as I can to Ossery.
yeah. The police and the government do want this little creatures, but you use the magic of imagination, fly into the sky, past the moon.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
make your way back. Yes, Grant. Yes, you have his mangled corpse. Decimated? No, way more than 10 pieces. Centimated.
Desiccated.
Millicated?
I as I'm running back, I'm telling Papa Tig about all our adventures so far.
Ooh. Okay.
Arlington's
within
a
a moment,
deeply disturbed individual. I don't know if we've picked that up at some point during this campaign. He's not okay.
Yeah,
just
well,
get laid, man.
with the three personalities in him, I think we've gotten the fact that he's not
Yeah.
okay.
It's almost like having multiple personalities,
Yeah.
and then killing your own father is gonna call you a bit of a wobbler, you know.
Yeah.
Back in Ossery, Rander, Iggy, Huck, you step through the portal. Arlington's already gone. He'll be back in a plot efficient amount of time. But Rander, we need to sort out Lost Armada and the Far Side.
Yes.
Is there a place you want to do this from? I will let you give me a history or a
Well, I guess
straight up intelligence check.
I guess he would try use the power that he saw at the center of the ritual.
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
more.
The ritual would have to start. So we can just cut straight to the ritual.
Yeah, no, I guess his idea is that, like, just as the ritual as the planes land, essentially he would shift everybody into the far side, like onto the Lost Armada and then into the far side, so that he can and then bring them back.
Yes.
But help, like, essentially partly siphon off some of the energy that's currently going on with the plane stuff.
We cut to the ritual site. Rua in her ceremonial armor, standing at a stone table. Bards all around. Army also there. Why not? Good to have them. The setup that we always have. I'm conscious if we follow this road of narration too far, there will not be time for Iggy and Huck.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking we just put like a little, unless you could be, this could be happening simultaneously, giving you all information at once.
I would assume that we would switch to Iggy and Huck's version of the timeline,
Well, I don't mind. I don't mind knowing if it works. It's the thing.
If this timeline works, because I was what I was going to say just there as well was I feel Iggy in this scenario has probably got a bit of a sense of I don't think she's going to let Bacchus die, even though she's using him in that position, because she seemed pretty annoyed when, maybe so maybe that fear to like run and do that, is that okay? But anyway, so I'm happy to stay in this timeline.
Do you want to? We can rewind back to have a conversation with Rua while you're there about Bacchus if you want, or she didn't seem. You did pick up no insight needed. Like she was like, yeah, he's good. I have him exactly where I need him to be.
Well,
I mean, if someone was to take him out of that, oh fuck, he'd be just like. But he's exactly where he needs to be, safe and sound, trapped in a pane of glass.
Like when Randir threatened to like kill him or something, the way she reacted made me think she clearly wants him for more eternities. So in that sense, yeah.
So we will leave this fractured part of reality and move over to Iggy's. And as we do, the ritual begins. As you hear hundreds, maybe thousands of bards begin to sing the song that has been echoing through your minds over the last while. Oh, row the rattling bug, the bug down in the valley, oh, rare bug and a rattling bug, the bug down in the valley, oh. And you recognize this all, except for maybe Randir, as the key to somewhat getting yourselves to Feywild. But there is a lot of verses, a lot of rounds. That's how long the ritual will take. But we move to Iggy. Iggy, we are standing outside the ritual, down on the steps with the sort of cathedral-like, palace-like steps up to a main door that seems to just keep flickering in and out of reality. You have Bacchus. We're back in start of the episode this time. We've just dipped into Randir's for a little bit. We're back.
To confuse it, then in this one, am I remembering? Oh, now I remember this conversation that you had with me back that time. I'm saying that to Rand. I now remember the conversation he had with.
You've seen it happen, I think, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You now know that in one of these four versions, you went and spoke to Rua, but in your version, you have Bacchus.
Yeah,
because that's when the split happened.
We went back out. Okay. I'm gonna grab Randir there and say, I don't know how to explain it, but a memory has just come back to me. We spoke to Rua. We went and did that meeting. Was that me? Was that here? Should we be stopping these bards singing or helping them?
I think. Wait, does my Randir, because it's now in Iggy's version, does he remember it?
Yeah.
Because that'll be okay. Because I was going to say
at this moment. So the reason Iggy didn't remember when you went back in time.
No.
He hasn't gotten.
I know. I was just clarifying because it would have been really funny if Randir was just like, "Yeah, we talked to her."
She's crazy, man. Don't ignore her. She's crazy.
Randir was like, "Yeah, we had a conversation with her. It was just before like Arlington killed his dad." No, yeah, Randir remembers. He's just like, "No, we don't do anything. We all band together and we'll shift everybody." I think that's what I remember.
Okay. I was about to try and maybe them doing her bidding, and like I'm also, I'll be honest, a bit jealous. I never had an army of bards. I never even thought that I had an army of bards. But so you're saying I shouldn't interfere? Yeah.
Army of death bards.
You're innocent, I think, right?
Ignatius, some of the werewolves are pretty good singers. They've got a jazz quartet. If you want, you can just have a couple of them just to, test it out, see if you like leadership.
I have been teaching them some sort of like war cries with a twist, but you'll
You said war crimes. War crimes with a twist of lemon.
Dark.
I taught them how to break the Geneva Convention. It's a quirky thing that I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Chemical warfare,
Okay. Okay, so what's okay, so what should I do then? We're not affecting it.
My only thing is the part where I remember is Bacchus was already safe, so I don't know what's going to happen now with Bacchus currently here with us.
Well, in theory, if your plan works, we'll save Bacchus in the same way that we save everybody else. And so nothing changes in that respect. Obviously, if your plan didn't work, then he's as dead as the rest of us.
Yes.
Which it might be a good thing to be like, hey, Rua, just so you know, he's right here. Let's see what she does.
Okay, maybe should we do that? Should we just go and like check in with
Well,
her?
it's whatever you'd like.
I don't know. I'll be honest, Randy. That meeting that you had with her was really effective, and I don't know why I didn't remember that we did that.
Paul's getting all the credit. From day one, Rua's been like, "Yeah, we can work together. Happy to work. I've always wanted to work together. Like my one thing is work together. Just stay out of my way. We'll work together."
You're the DM, and you're trying to kill loads of people. Don't try to get credit for the big bad.
You're the hero's not saving anyone. Like it's potato.
You're like a hurricane saying, "Oh, I'm going to kill everyone." You know, it's not my fault. But a hurricane that's alive and actually is choosing to kill everyone.
But it's also said, "I'll go if you put people over here. I'll go this way."
Yeah. Being honest about the fact that you're killing a bunch of people isn't, it's solely to get your own end.
Sometimes black and white. It's all gray area.
So, do you need help? How can I help with the sort of monumental task of like saving every living creature on this plane?
I'm guessing.
What you talking about, man? We just got here.
You should also remember what's going on.
Oh, Arlington just knows the current timeline. He doesn't understand the fractures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was left out of
He's the only one that literally doesn't understand what's going on. So you're all like talking completely on the same level. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
So he doesn't even know he can save his dad now.
Or that he will save his dad.
I can shape tie. What?
God, time travel. It's weird how it's difficult, right?
I think we all band together. We help Rua. We won't help Rua. Not all of us are going to help Rua. Essentially, at the point in time in which Rua casts her ritual to move the planes together and then sieve them out and stuff like that, we'll essentially move everybody into a pocket dimension, which just and then shift them back when all this plane stuff has all been sorted out. That's essentially. So we all need to band together.
If we get them into the sort of a pocket dimension, I can potentially hold them there for as long as we need to, and then can hold that moment if there's a limitation on how long we can keep them in that space.
Oh fuck!
Iggy could maybe close the door to death, even for a small bit of time.
I can tie the sort of admin side and red tape that like no one can get through.
Everyone pay attention to Ben's face right now.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing you should be concerned about. It's just, I've just gallifreyed. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I did. I also thought that. I was just like, are we going to, is like campaign 2 going to be that we're going to walk into a museum and there's just going to be a picture of Hibernia and we're all going to be like, what the hell is this? It's a weird 3-dimensional painting thing. Are we also saying that Randy's Doctor Who then? Anyway,
all those renders, all those regenerations, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think
right.
Yep.
So, seemingly at this moment in time, something shifts in the air around you, and you feel that the fracture between Randir and Iggy's is now actually one, but with Bacchus and the memories of the talk. So you've healed one of these. Hux was also to talk. Yours was also to go talk to Rue, I think, as well. I think it was only Arlington who was like, let's just like flick back and forth through the pages of time. And,
I was going to go talk to her now with the caveat that in theory we could threaten Bacchus, but if their plan works, I've had the idea that as this is, I could try to minimize the destruction aspect. I mean, that's the best thing that I can do, or localize the destruction aspect of it somewhere away. I don't know how to do that, but I can try to manipulate the destruction of her spell while other people are doing other things.
Yeah, because this beam of pure raw magic is still like cracking into the skies, thundering above. It is nothing but buffering winds and storming, swirling cosmic energy above you as the song continues. In fact, from here, as these worlds begin to stitch themselves, you still know what's there. You can still, you smash a plate, you still see the cracks. But the song that you left Randir's one in, and where you are now, is some verses on. as you hear, and in that yolk there was a chick, a rare chick, a rattling chick, with the chick and the yolk and the yolk and the egg and the egg and the bird and the bird and the nest and the nest and the leaf and the leaf and the twig and the twig and the branch and the branch and the limb and the limb and the bough and the bough and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in that valley, yo. Oh, row the rattling bog down in the valley, yo. Rare bog and a rattling bog and a bog down in the valley, yo. We are chicken, a yolk, and an egg, and a bird in a tree, in a hole, in a bog. Who knows how more there is to go deep down into the crevices of existence. But as seemingly the fracture we created last episode has stitched us back together into one plan, I think no better place to take our halftime break, as we're going into this once again unified on what to do and how to do it.
Is the Arlington in this timeline still carrying Tig's chopped up body?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh.
you suddenly like
Do I understand why?
I mean,
You should remember
I
doing.
normally say yes, but it's Arlington, so like,
Yeah, who knows about memory?
He
It's a hard thing to
regularly,
DM.
like regained consciousness holding a corpse and being covered in blood, but it's not normally someone he knows and cares about.
I think you were. I think we might have. There might have been miscommunication. I thought you were part of this shattering before, and that we all. And then, like, part of last episode. It's the end of an episode. We're all drinking. Was like you realize that there's 4 realities in one, and yours kind of, sort of exists as the if nothing happens, and then this was existing in if something happens. That something was up for grabs, and now that something seems to be.
Oh yeah. So they overlap. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll be back in 15 minutes for the end of all of this. Let's hope it works.
There's Rand. Will Randir kill Iggy's father?
Find out. After
Will
the
So yeah, and
leg bones connected to the hip bone.
I've got some powerful beer magic. Just
Ooh.
Oh, all right. Let's just chuck every beer we can at Ben.
that's my plan.
Infinite ducks. Unlimited ducks. Attack the DM.
All right.
The way to get unlimited ducks in this campaign is to attack one duck a couple of times.
Oh
To
yeah.
attack
yeah,
the other,
yeah.
and so you get ducks.
Just hope you don't get a goose.
Mhm.
So break time?
Yeah, we out? Are we still on?
No, we're
still
not.
on.
Okay, we're going on a break now. See you in 15 minutes, everybody. Bye.
Ah. The graphic or not?
Hello.
The gentlest little tick in.
Hey, welcome back to part 2 of Homebrew, Campaign 1, Episode 80, the season finale, campaign finale. It's not really in the season because we probably had a little season. It's the whole hit and caboodle. It's the whole finale of the story. I don't think there's much to talk about before we get back into D&D mode. Except if you're just joining us after the break, welcome along. The party are at the entranceway to a ruined castle, which seems to be every once in a while flickering in and out of existence with a real shining, gleaming, golden, beautiful, white marble fey palace. They are in a bog, but they're also in a luscious, wonderful glade, because they are both in the material plane and the Feywild. A little bit of the Shadowfell, a little bit of the elemental plane, a little bit of the far realm, a little bit of the underworld, a little bit of everything. Ethereal's around. Astral? No. Well, yeah, but no. It's there. It's always been outside of the place, but it is being pulled in. Keelan, your mic has done that thing where it's muted itself randomly. And I know you didn't do it yourself because it happened when we were on break.
Back?
Yeah. Because
Try opening a beer into it.
Yeah. I have to open a new beer, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, try AMSR again.
ooh, is that a phantom? No, it's a tire, fat tire or something.
Oh, we didn't hear that at all either.
His mic is doing this thing where it's just muting him randomly, but I don't know why.
Oh well.
It's in the call itself. If you open up the Skype call, you might be able to just like click on mute. But
Yeah, it might be a button in your headphones that's actually muting the call.
I think he's just like, my contract is up, guys. That's
Yeah,
it. No,
yeah. It happened at 8:45. I'm done. Like,
I'm not giving them any more of my gold, is what he's saying. Sorry, go on.
I am drinking a pills.
Pills.
To answer your question, the chill pills.
Blue pills. Yes.
The blue pills, yeah. And the thing that I was originally going to say was with your description, and I don't think it's going to make any sense now. It sounds like we're in the Mambo number 5 of planes, because you're saying a little bit of and a little bit of. Yeah.
We'll cut it together.
I'd argue
This
the
is
joke
live.
landed
We'll,
better because of your lack of enthusiasm, having told it the fourth time.
The trumpet. So, Hux Punks.
yes.
Big bad? Is she all that bad? Jury's out.
Yes.
Is standing.
No, we're all
she's-
convinced she's still bad.
Jury's out.
Yeah.
Jury is out.
We're just deciding to work with them for a small bit.
Guys,
of
the
time.
Joker was a good guy because he was chaotic. It was all, all things even.
If Batman spent more time fixing the city than causing pain, and that's my point with you guys. If you spent more time saving the people,
Yeah.
You only cared about Baha Glen.
yeah.
They let all the rest of the world die.
There's a reason, though, in fairness, we should consider that whenever you role play a Spider-Man, you default to J. Jonah Jameson. We know where your perspective sits for every superhero story.
Vigilantes are menaces, and if they have something to hide, why do they wear masks?
Followed.
All right.
What would you like to do? No, sorry. Before we do that, wait, as I pick up this little thing, let me sufficiently, because this is my part of this game, set the tension and the vibe and the time. Storm clouds roll above, lightning crashes down, in some pockets hitting these temporal bubbles, and they seem to be frozen still. The palace in front of you is phasing in and out of existence as all around you a chorus of bards are singing in the round, bringing the planes together in one big giant session. Rua is there, and then walls, she's gone, and then walls, she's there again. Almost in, let's call them 6-second intervals. In front of you, an entire castle filled with seemingly orc pirates, creatures from the far realm, ever since you broke the Trylock of Shadow Realm, also undead shadows and beasts. I'm not saying we roll initiative. I'm just saying it's not an easy walk up to Rua, because there is a castle which is the center of all the planes bursting into existence on top of the material plane. And with that, everyone who's ever lived, enjoyed, they're not all like monsters. Like, not every mind flayer is there being like, adventurers, or I was about to sit down for my dinner. But there are things appearing randomly of which you don't know their motives or their wants or wishes. Pucks punks. It's not an easy road. You don't have a lot of time left in this song to get to Rua in time to slow it down, and also using your Lost Armada and the Far Side get, I presume, everyone, not just the material plane. I presume you're not just being like, and screw those little elemental sprites and the awakened plants and the demigods being born and other people's villains, and who's that? Oh, it's Maleficent's over there. Yeah, she's there too. Everyone's here, and it's a good old big old time. What would you like? I know what you'd like to do. How would you like to do it?
So I guess there's a storm kind of raging. I guess Randir's just like, we need to get to the center. We need to get to the beam to get this ritual done, and we need to talk to Rua when she can tell us when it's going to hit.
Okay, this might be my time to shine. Oh, there's a bunch of bad monsters and stuff in the way.
Clear the way, Hook. Clear the way.
Are they innocent civilians that she's got, or is it monsters? Are these bards?
They're monsters.
They look like monsters, but so does Arlington.
So essentially, if anything,
he's betrayed us.
Essentially, if anything gets in their way to stop us from...
Great job representing my people.
Okay, are the monsters engaged in the song?
No.
They're just, because the realms are all coming together, there just seems to be creatures and things and plants and even elements like oozes and gelatinous cubas just like popping into existence around you.
So
okay, sorry, carry on. We do need to get there, I suppose. Path of...
Look, we go up and we start trying to move towards them. Rua, we were just chatting to Rua. She's aware that we're going to try and come up and help her. When she knows what our plan is, she should be able to make them move the way. If they give us any guff, we'll go down the destruction route. I'm more than happy. But let's try walking.
What about if we start charging forward and deploy the cow catcher? Go shield first, just start popping people out of the way. I'm not going to kill anyone. Might break a few bones if they get in the way, but it's a deflection mechanism. Maybe, someone throws out a judo throw, redirects the movement. We just try and get them out of the way.
Aye, let's have that as the plan. Yeah, let's do that. But I'm hoping that she'll make them part ways, and if they don't, I might start throwing spells.
I don't think she has control over these creatures. I think they're just popping in and out of existence because the planes are merging. I don't think she has control over these ones. But
yeah, I think it's going to be sort of random if they appear. I think we just plow through. We're very much running out of time.
Randir's going to tie Bacchus to which goes, oh my god, I cannot believe I've completely forgot my own homunculus's name. We haven't talked to... Keggy, yeah. I'm going to put him onto Keggy so that no one has to carry him.
I poured Tig into my cloak and tied up like a sack and tie him around my waist.
Oh, sorry, not Bacchus, Tig. I was going to put Tig's body onto Keggy so that he's well out of battle.
It works.
You go ahead.
No, I was just going to cast invisibility on myself and Bacchus, and then just try. So we're just going to maybe follow and try and.
That's a great idea.
Sneak through.
You set off at an incredible pace, and I want someone to roll me a D100. In fact, roll 3 of them. So,
do we need our character sheets at all anymore?
Yeah, you might. Who knows? Well, you don't actually. I'll just trust you. Arlington, did you ever need us? Hit the axe.
I needed it if I ever wanted to do an athletics thing. I have one thing I'm good at. And you want me to add to?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm specifically trying to strong arm my way through this. And you're like, pick the 3 dice that are random.
No. You're right. Give me an athletics check, Arlington, because you're going to lead the way. This is going to be a group check. You're going to lead the way in athletics. So give me an athletics check. Keelan, Lucy, Paul, give me a D100.
I got 91.
91?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 30 for my athletics.
Nice. Keelan, your mic, for whatever reason, muted itself.
30. I got a 30.
30. That's 121. And Lucy.
I just gonna pretend like
You have to roll the. Yeah.
on D&D Beyond. I have real dice, but I don't know if I have that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it looks like I got 30 and a 4. Who knows what the
34.
single?
34. 21
yeah.
plus 31, 155.
I'm not sure if this is a D10 or not, but yeah. Anyway.
You begin charging your way through the castle, and you come across at 155 a handful of giants.
Oh.
We got hill giants, we got frost giants, we got fire giants, and we got cloud giants.
I genuinely didn't know you've owned any physical D&D books.
You just bought them for the final.
I'm all paper, baby. No, they've just been in Keelan's house ever since we went into the pandemic, and I got them back. I used to have them always beside me. But you come across some hill giants, and they are just blocking the way. Oh, how did I get here? Oh, God. And then, like, boop, the bog, and they sink down to another level of the castle, and it's like, oh, God, oh, God. And they are just like, there's just a big foot in your way down a corridor. If you ran, 6 seconds later, you're in a hill giant. So, but how would you like to go about this? In terms of initiative, we're not going to roll it. I'm just going to go in order of the fingers I see pointed at me. Keelan.
I was going to say aspect of time should really help speed us up, but I can try to haste everyone. I can only haste 2 people, but
I'm not sure on the. I mean, okay, actually, I have a DM question though. I suppose as we're using these aspects, does it feel like we're draining on a resource? Like, is there a limit to how much we can use over a period of time? I don't want to like exhaust any resources before we get there.
No, Lord, absolutely not. I gave you this power months ago. This is the first time we're using it, and it's the campaign. Yeah. No, because the die, like if anything, the DC I set is going to be the thing that's challenge, and that's where multiple rolls together might be.
Oh, in that case, I'm definitely going to try and like use the same strategy I used before, trying to get to Tig's body and just try and extend that out beyond myself and get us all going as fast as possible.
Yeah. Mastery speed.
5 rolls.
No, time roll.
Oh, time roll. They said 5 rolls.
But aren't we now running just into a foot?
No, you presumably stopped before the foot.
Okay.
Well, I need a decent roll. That is plus 8, 26.
26. Yeah, that's great. You managed to stop these hill giants in their bog. You managed to stop the world in the bog state. And then they all. Oh my God, I'm in the bog. Oh no, it's gonna preserve me forever. As you have in front of you a series of quite basic wooden planks that are leading towards Rua through a ruin on a stone table. So no longer dealing with the palace shunting in. You have now slowed down time enough to ensure that this isn't coming through.
How far is the distance?
You're about 3 dramatic actions away.
I mean, those like wooden things there.
Oh, they're all connected. So you can see one kind of leading through the ruins towards.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They're the planks that you put across a bog to walk across a bog.
Did
we all drop?
No, we didn't. Your cameras were all doing the whole like messing around thing, so I just put up the character art until your things all were back.
Are there echoes as well?
Yeah, no. So there was also kind of a connection throughout the NDIs, so I was just making sure that they didn't all go through at the same time.
Can I actually forgot this because I have. But I did get the only figure that I saw, and it was the 4 Loca, which I believe we did before. But I just want us to be as connected and as 4 as possible. Maybe just helping speed, helping whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot I had this. So.
Consider yourselves all taking the help action with any skill checks going forward.
Cool. Is that advantage?
It sure is.
Oh, nice. Yes, because we're loco. Which could also be considered like reckless. Who knows?
Dangerous.
As you continue to skate your way through this, Huck, I want you to give me a survival check so you can carve out the safest path ahead.
Oh,
Your
you're
mic
muted
is
again,
also yeah.
and again.
Yeah, cool. All right. I got a 24.
Nice. You begin to rush through these wooden planks. You dive through a doorway of this crumbled ruin. You can see Rua. She's a little bit elevated up, and atop of this wall with no roof, a chimera lands down. I didn't get you to roll because I know there's a chimera beer in chat or somewhere. You don't have to drink it. Sidebar, do not put yourself under pressure to drink it, but I do know in our Discord earlier, chimera was one of the brews that were bought collectively.
So we can obviously use that beer to just delete this monster out of the way, right?
Oh, I used the beer to create the monster.
He's using the beer to create the monster.
Yeah.
Can I fire?
I think it's only an advantage for us, though. I don't think.
Should I try to fire unlimited ducks at the chimera?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I'll give that a go.
Yeah. I mean, it's beer magic, so tell me how that looks. Just realized I'm only wearing one ear.
I'll try. With the muting happening, that might just be whatever
Yes.
happens. I am.
Nope, muted again. What
You
is...
do.
You're cursed.
I think your key might be stuck or something. I don't know.
Something stuck.
Are you sitting on? Are you sitting on something?
Yeah, are you sitting on something?
No.
Oh, that'll be hilarious. It's like, oh, sitting on it.
Sitting on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Steam Deck?
Without further ado, I imagine it like this. I am firing ducks out of they're peering out of the palms of my hands. Maybe actually, if I have long sleeves on my cloak, they're coming out of the cloaks, and it's just this unholy cacophony of quacks. Just wah, 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 and in just a straight line. They're all just flying straight into it. There's not kind of finesse. It's overwhelming it with a lot of physical ducks flying into them.
Oh, it's this time of year. They're flying south for the finale.
It's so useful. They're actually migrating today. It's also annoying when they do it.
I just have this.
You don't want to be here when they go back north. They don't go through the sleeves.
It's through the legs, through the cuffs.
As we realize, Huck has always just been unlimited ducks in a cloak. Diminished then. I rolled
It's a flock of ducks pretending to be two halflings in a coach, pretending to be a human.
I rolled a dexterity saving throw as opposed to you rolling an attack. But I do want you to roll me an unlimited amount of dice. Oh, what's that? Yeah, you duck this chimera up.
Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. And we have to save a lot more ducks now than we have to save before. Anything I will say?
Everyone is precious.
Rander's just taking a list. Yeah.
If we survive this, we may have messed with the ecology a bit.
Yes, with unlimited ducks, you take care of the chimera in front of you. And it seems now there is a little bit of a climb up onto the platform. Rua has spotted you. She's like, oh, you came.
That was a pretty showy
Hurry.
move.
Yeah. Rua just spotted. Took out a pistol. Yeah, nice.
I know an unlimited amount when I see it.
Yeah. That is an unlimited amount of ducks. In fact, the only way for this to make sense is that they do fly through the chimera and into the unlimited beam of magic instantly. Just so
that's good.
At least it's all being funneled in one direction. There is now a world of ducks, though. So.
Yeah, and I'm worried about I just realized the unlimited means that they can't stop firing out of my sleeves.
Yeah, you've got ducks for.
Oh no!
Until we reach the end of unlimited.
Maybe it's like a shitty phone contract when they say unlimited data and they actually
Yeah.
mean,
Asterisk. 32 ducks. That's more ducks than anyone could need.
Per month though, so every month another.
Practically, yeah.
A wall in front of Rua sees you and goes, Bucks, you came. Quick, up. As the bards continue to sing. At this point we go, and on that chick there was a wing, a rare wing, a rattling ring with the wing on the chick, and the yolk, and the yolk, and the egg, and the egg, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the bough, and the bough, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bug. Bug down in the valley, oh, the rattling bug down in the valley, rare bug, and a rattling bug down in the valley, and the sky above just continues to crack as the world continues to be pulled all into one, the way it originally was, way back before the Sun-Grain. You're very close. Randir and Iggy. Arlington's busy with a shield clearing the way. Huck is busy with unlimited ducks. Either of you, there's kind of a bit of a climb ahead, but what would you like to do as I crack into it?
I was just looking at I have an old thing you gave me, a whippersnapper, which is like a
yes!
little that you put down and then you jump on it, right?
Oh yeah, the whippersnapper.
I always never used it because you like have to leave it behind or something. But who cares? This world is weird. Are we all exiting it? So maybe put that down and we can jump on it.
Whippersnapper's a great call.
Yes.
Nice.
Give me a round of athletics or acrobatics check as I crack into the 8 to the K. And this little horse with the AK-47 is also solving some of the duck problem. I just popped up from the reeds below, being like, I've been waiting.
Ooh. I got a 23 acrobatics. So
nice, Iggy. You leap on the whippersnapper and then somersault into the air onto the upper platform.
Yeah, graceful. Nail the landing. Yeah.
I roll bad. 17 athletics.
A couple of ducks hold up a 10 out of 10 for you, Iggy, and then they swap it around.
Come to follow.
For a 1.
So it's a 1 out of 1. That's still a perfect score.
Yeah, it is a perfect score. 17's not bad.
Hold on. Yes,
Okay.
Lindsay's made a very fair point. I'd like to use one of her beers. I'd like to employ Juicy Beer Magic for Goodbye Gravity.
Oh, that's a great beer.
Are you sure you'd like to say goodbye to gravity?
Yes.
Gravity disappears around the world as everything begins to float in the sky. And the bards all holding hands, singing and spinning around you as you begin to float. As does Rua away from the table. And she's like, oh, Jesus. And she pulls out Cleve's Solace and stabs herself down to keep herself anchored to the stone ritual site where she needs to be.
Can I try to move with unlimited ducks as engines?
Chain them all together.
No, because I'm firing them out, so that should propel me in a direction. I'm just I'm Iron Manning, but with ducks.
Actually, that's a good point. Would no gravity mean you instantly start floating? No, it would just mean the moment
hold
there's
on.
movement.
Keelan, you're powering yourself with these things. So you're using it as a jet quack. Is that what it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
It's a jet quack. I love it. I'm writing that one down.
Brander has no idea what's going on, and he rolled a 9 on his athletics check, so he's just probably flying off into space.
Floating into space, as is Keggy.
I'll try to swing around and grab him.
I mean, you can, yeah. You can do a little like jet quack around to gather up all your friends.
Yeah, and move people in as I fire unlimited ducks. The double-edged sword of an unlimited amount of ducks.
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as I start to leave gravity, I want to slam the Lair Scalax into the ground to try and like anchor myself.
Give me an attack roll.
Attack roll?
Yeah, you're attacking the ground. Mostly looking for a natural one.
18?
Okay, fine. Yeah, yank yourself to the ground. In fact, it even looks cool. You're like some way up, and you throw your axe and you pull yourself towards your axe because you can do that now.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets gathered up by Huck's duck quack down onto the ritual site in front of you, where Rua is there, and she turns to you, Rander, and goes, Did you bring the magical boxes, or are the bards okay?
Like I can make them, but I thought they were in the because they're in the place that you acquainted that they should be fine.
Yeah, now they're in the sky though.
Oh, yep, that's my bad. My
Arlington.
bad. I broke gravity real quick.
Is their being in the sky a problem? Were they only safe on the ground just there where
Did
they're
you want to
standing?
keep them down here? You didn't want them up there. You never specified.
Yeah, I mean, when you need to be in a specific place, it's like also like all accesses.
We
It's just
can
you never,
go
it's just you never said. You didn't
Oh,
specify.
just while we're mentioning things that we have changed since we last spoke, gesture to Bacchus and be like, we did rescue him from his position in the thing. But this was before we knew, this is before we had a conversation, I promise.
Ignatius.
Can I use chill pill?
I have respect for you. Begins to bleed. Safe. He was safe. Miranda, your plan better work.
I do have 4 boxes left.
Can I?
4 boxes. I have hundreds of thousands of bars.
That's fine, because we have the aspect of creation right here. So together, I should be able to build loads of boxes real quick. Because I also have the time guy.
She doesn't know about any of that stuff. Can I use chill pill on the gravity beer and the ducks that are flying out of my hands?
Just get everything to kind of just.
Yeah, if we're all where we're meant to be, just chill out those 2 things. The bards.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Not like hello gravity. That would be too quick.
Just
But,
chill.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the ducks are there'll be a limit to the unlimited ducks.
Yes. Yeah. Gravity is a little bit chiller. Well, gravity isn't a thing anymore. Gravity goodbye. Like gravity bye bye. But everything else is chill. Ducks are
okay.
chilling.
So I haven't solved the gravity problem, but I've chilled the ducks.
Yeah, you can't chill something that's not there.
I would like to. Okay. I take a breath, and I let my consciousnesses sync up to try and force my apparent time magic that can mess with gravity. I want to undo whatever effect I've done, and I want the effect to go full circle back to where it was.
Yes.
Can I help? Can I help him?
Yeah.
All right, never
I mean, you don't need to. Beer magic is beer magic. We're doing it, Peter. You're playing it.
And because it's going full circle, not like a drop and everyone like breaks their shins as soon as they land, as in like
everything. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The chill aspect should help everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, as they go.
Take some steam off it.
Yeah, the bards are back. And they're at the point in the song where it goes, on that wing there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather with the feather and the wing, and the wing, and the chick, and the chick, and the yolk, and the yolk, and the egg, and the egg, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the limb, and the bough, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog, and the bog, down in the valley.
Is it fair to say that they've not even noticed all the like they're at that point of like set of dancing a Kaylee that like you don't know what's going on. You're elevated. That always happens.
They're the power of their music.
That always happens.
I think they were being ascended to a higher level. They're like, okay.
This is what Kayleys are like. This is what a session's like. You sing the songs.
So can I turn to Randy and ask, what do you need from me? We're trying to keep everyone safe. What do we need? What are we creating a plane for them? Because I think this feels like it's getting quite. I don't know if these bards can sing any higher. These notes are,
So
She's such a music snob.
with the bards being at the place that they're meant to be, they should be safe. So we don't have to transport them. So we don't need to build the boxes. What we need to do is
this song sounds like this sounds like a climax. It might be coming.
I need to use the power. I'm guessing that central beam of power. It's like I need to use that to create the far side, which is the place we're going to put them, and then we're going to use the Lost Armada to get them there. What I'm going to need is everybody to give me a hand because I don't know how to do this properly.
Okay.
And I'm fairly sure that this is how I lose my hand in that other timeline.
All right, punks.
Okay, I want to help. Can I use my last beer? But Ben, I was hoping you might appreciate this, that I found this. Like I said, I'm not always the greatest. It's kind of like an off-brand of Heineken, I think. But I have the beer, the perfect ending.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey!
wow.
Ideal.
And
Yes.
maybe this might help. This is actually homebrewed by Ben Clifford, actually. So maybe
Oh.
wow.
What?
Oh. Did
Did
you
you-
make up a?
Wait, what?
Did you listen to the post I put up earlier? Or I was going to there was like a thing on our social media where I was going to the Oplites and it's like, I hope they have a beer called like Perfect Ending or something, because that would be pretty handy.
Well, no, I was thinking that when I was, but I was like, how have I never just like made fake cans of beer before? And like, I shouldn't have even told you there. I should just be like,
Yeah,
I
that looks like
so
a legit
good.
beer.
Yeah.
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 Oh, wow.
this was in the
I should-
7 minutes while my dinner was heating up.
That's
Anyway,
I fully wouldn't have even questioned that.
I would have felt too dishonest if it was like, oh, you found the perfect beer. Anyway, but maybe it is still a can of beer. It's a real
She's a
can.
bard. She's a bard. That's what she does.
amazing.
Yeah, I
Never
can't,
want you to open it.
I can't believe that Icky used her powers of creation. Like, Lucy used her powers of creation
Yeah.
to create the perfect, like, and also drew it herself. Like, you couldn't be more Iggy right now.
It's just to help with the plan. That's going to be my beer magic to help in here. And it's, by the way, the perfect ending in my mind is not an ending. It's our
just a start.
plan. I can see how that could be misconstrued.
It's the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. It's not like, great, they have all the sweetest fucking deaths ever, and everyone's supposed to be.
Yeah, Ben's perfect ending. Rocks fall and we all die.
Looks fairly hand-drawn. Anyway.
Wow.
Genuinely looks like a real. Not up against any of these. Like, 8 of the K looks like. That can is incredible.
I have
I will
a,
say,
yeah.
it looks like a more legit beer than 8 of the K, very much.
Yeah.
I just happened to buy this in Tesco the other day, this piece of paper. But yeah, anyway.
That
Ben,
is
you can have
so
this.
good.
Do a trade. Also, there's many pants in it. I don't know if you can tell that.
Oh, nice job. There you go.
How many pants?
Many.
Many.
There's many. How many?
This is
Anyway.
magical.
Okay. So I'm going to pour this beer into this funnel. I don't know.
Is that how this works?
Spoken like a person who's never used beer magic before.
Is that how we use these things? Yeah. The song does come to its crescendo, which, God, it's so much further. It's like subatomic particle. Nah, shorter version about the flea and the feather and the feather of the wing. I won't even sing it. You've heard it enough. The crescendo begins to build. Rua, that staff you saw earlier in the meeting, she takes it out, she plants it on the ground. She has Cleave Solace in her hand. There are things in this world that would have tried to stop you. But with a perfect ending and beer magic, there's zero power they can have. So I'm just going to figure out a way. Actually, all of you can sort of interrupt one of these things. The first thing is, Rua takes out a rag. It's bloody. Arlington, you recognize it. Abby de Vauclair used this to bandage your bloody wounds when you sparred back at the Kingdom of Ossuary. And Abby de Vauclair from the shadows seems to step out from behind Rua. And then her form shimmers into that of a man called Cian Applemans. You would have met at the very beginning on the Via Maris, a elven cook, the food kind, not the
Yeah, that didn't sound like the word.
Yeah. Rua had to have something.
and then
going
that
on.
form shifts again into someone you don't recognize, but you all know that at the very end, Rua was going to be betrayed. It was something that you discovered in Index or somewhere else, maybe in a fortune teller reading or something. There was a betrayal of Rua. of which you were all very happy about at the time because you weren't on her side. But now that you're not, this character tries to snatch the rag out of Rua's hand successfully, and then bamps away. And Rua turns to you, Arlington, and goes, there was a little bit of subterfuge there. I needed the blood of a high king. Since you're here, would you mind?
Sorry, I'm confused. Was this like seeing something that happened in the past, or
it's happening right now?
It just
the
happened.
Ending. That Abbey de Vauclair, the Abbey de Vauclair, you've been hanging out with in the Kingdom of Osric, which is possible. She's in Baha Glen. Transformed into Keen Appleman's, transformed into an unknown shapeshifter who has betrayed Rua, stolen the rag out of her hands, and then bounced away. But what she doesn't realize is that you're on Rua's side now. The perfect ending remains. But Arlington, it does require a drop of your blood.
I grab Tig's bits from Keggy and I throw them onto the floor. I'm like, bring him back. You'll have all the blood you want. You can take all my blood. But, you know, if you don't need to, that's fine. But you can in theory.
Is time of the essence? Oh, she can do it mid-ritual. She said she could.
Yeah, this is. I feel about them. Yeah.
This takes 1 hour. But if you could slow down time, I can.
Yep. You can go.
Give me a time roll.
Can I use Flash of Genius to give him a hand?
He has advantage because of
Yes.
Iggy's other can.
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, he has the helping hand thing. So yeah, there's. Well, you get some +4 anyway. So
Yeah. I'm just saying as well, advantage.
perfect. You got lots of help.
So I get +4 to whatever I get here, right?
Yeah.
That's 26 altogether.
26. As you hear, I did the subatomic particle. There was a paramecium in the virus in the germ in the speck of the eye, and it all slows down. The eye and the flea and the feather and the wing. And in an hour, it's the longest rattling dog I've ever seen. You see, Wellington, how do you want your reunion with Tig McGuinness? Truly resurrected using Rua's most powerful spell.
I think he just kind of reassembles like a jigsaw piece. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a more thematically fitting way for it to make sense, but maybe sort of all just does he shimmers and then because I want it to be the same person, not like him reborn or something like that.
No, it is. True resurrection is the same. It's not reincarnation. True resurrection is they're the same, even if there's no body, as long as they have been dead for no longer than 200 years, and their soul is free and willing. They're restored to life with all of their hit points.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he appears. I think Tig appears butt naked, crouched down, Terminator 2 style, with steam coming off his body.
Boy.
Arlington immediately gives him like a massive bear hug and just starts talking to him in a goblin, because when he gets very stressed, he defaults to the language he speaks best.
Lovely. We have Arlington and Tig reunited. Another one of the things that was potentially going to stop you and prevent you from having a perfect ending is up in the sky, right at the point of magic hitting the clouds and tearing the realms asunder. You see a silhouette begin to fall.
Can we make out what it is?
You can see for a mile.
Yeah. What is it?
It's Lanfalon.
Oh
And its
no.
wings outstretch, and he swirls down in front of you. Punks, what are you doing? You have to stop this.
As soon as I make out that it's him, so we've got a mile of time before he reaches us, I stick my arm out and like hold my axe to it and look to Rue and be like, how much do you need?
Look to Rua or
Rua, yeah.
Oh,
it's
slow
about
down.
Yeah.
Just a drop.
I'll just gently run the blade against my arm so that a bit spills out.
Yeah, so he's still falling. we're still getting that because time is still slowed. So we see that come down.
Laughlog, we're going to be okay. You just
Yeah, he's
gotta
going to be like
trust
another
us.
hour at least.
Yeah.
Him, he just hears,
Oh, just
"Ah,
yeah. Just a mind.
we're gonna be okay, don't worry, it's gonna be fun.
He can't even see us yet. We're like a mile away from him.
Was there any campaign had set up? I don't think so. We are coming towards a perfect ending. So with that in mind, and with my job as a DM pretty much done, I'm going to hand it over to all you guys, starting with Randir, the far side, the last.
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit for me.
I'm frozen.
Me too. Me too, so I think so.
Yeah, you're breaking up with all
Oh,
of us.
shit.
As
Yeah,
the
I think
DM.
you're back
Oh.
again.
Sorry.
Hold on.
It's okay, you don't need me now. My job here is done.
Is
Don't
it
need
us
me.
or is it you?
It's me. It's probably definitely me.
So you're saying what happens with the far side, me creating the far side? I think
Yeah, I'd like you to all in the round take your time and turns describing how this all ends. Not the ritual. I'll look after that, but everything else.
I think Randir's gonna reach into the beam of light. He's gonna reach into the beam of light and kind of I guess channel the energy that he's channel the energy and just think of essentially the only place that he can think of that's best for everybody to be in for a short amount of time or a long amount of time, a gigantic like pub called the Far Side. So that, and he's like really like, I guess the amount of energy that's kind of channeling through him is also like, even though he's a god and also the aspect of space, I guess it's kind of painful. So, but he reaches out his hand to get Iggy to give him a hand, like to help him.
Grasps. Steady. Yeah. I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna, just give him like a small, a little inspirational quote, on a piece of paper. Like, you got this,
I guess, yeah. I'm looking to Iggy to help me build the pub, I guess. So if you want to describe some of the intricacies of the pub.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm imagining it like just we're close here. Yeah, she's thinking of home, and it's almost a pub that's also like a village, like one of those pubs where there's like extra pubs on the roof and bridges between the pubs and the little pubs and the big pubs, and there's room for everyone. And garden pubs for all the little garden people. The pub is a beer garden. I just want to say because hopefully there'll be good weather in this space. And there's inns in the upstairs of the pub, and just it oozes a coziness and warmth and safety. Hopefully for everyone that finds themselves there. Okay, Ben, you didn't like it so much.
Yeah, I don't think you like
Yeah.
No, I was seeing if that would help my internet. Seemingly it hasn't. I can see you all, but it definitely has. It definitely has gotten a little bit worse for some reason. But in this pub, as the ritual comes to its crescendo, all the way down to a subatomic particle and the realm.
Okay, you've completely
all
paused.
Oh boy. I wonder if I just leave and rejoin.
Which
I
goes,
think what Ben's trying to say is now that we've won the game, it's all kind of downhill.
Yeah, don't need him anymore, obviously. Yeah.
I have to give some fluff. Is do you think everyone's going to be like walking to this pub, or are we just teleporting them?
I think they're.
I'm at the door to however they get in there, handing everyone capes, Hux Punks, honorary Hux Punks.
Oh yeah, that's
like
this,
everyone.
if this end,
Increasing our friendship.
If we suddenly switch to this ending in a film, I would automatically presume that this is a metaphor for the fact that they all actually died in the final battle. And it's like, oh, suddenly we're in a pub and all your friends are there and your dad comes back and it's all really, it's like they're definitely dead. They 100% died.
To bring it watching from a less dreamlike state, I imagine that as they come in, Huck gives them a cape, and they're like, "Woo!" And the next stage, like in the next bit, like the atrium, whatever, is I have like just a clipboard, and I'm like, "Okay, now tell me the exact coordinates of your home. How many people are in?" I just do a quick census.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a good plan. Good plan.
You get to do your admin.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get a big admin role here, I think, when we take everyone. So it's like, you're from Drift. We can't bring you back and bring you over there, okay?
So have you got like, as you're like your slate is now like a giant Excel sheet where you
Exactly.
like
It's all
cross
filling
reference.
in. Yeah.
You're giving people incredibly elaborate stickers. It's like, "Hi, I'm Jeff from Drift from this time." So everyone
I'm
in the
from
pub.
the future. Do you have me down as the future?
I committed some crimes, but just because there isn't a prison here, so that's weird.
While you were away, I decided Huck's there giving everyone honorary Huck's Punks capes and calling them friends as they walk into the pub. As they go into the pub, we're all going to have capes and be a part of the last crew.
In the moment, and you can take as long as you want. Am I still frozen? I feel like
No.
I'm back.
You're good.
You're a
Yeah,
little,
you're good.
a little low. You might want to turn yourself up a bit.
Oh, I just mean me doing a dramatic voice. In the moment, as you're all in this pub together, in a space outside of time and space and creation and Hibernia itself, seemingly only Rua left behind to complete the ritual, and the bards she needs there. You all hear, with absolutely everyone from everywhere, murmurs, stories beginning. A very simple phrase, but a very powerful one. Just moments before you get brought back to Hibernia, you hear the phrase in your minds. No one says it, but it feels like Destiny says it. You meet in a tavern. Whether that's creatures from the elemental plane, Feywild, material, undead, from the past, from the future, from all across existence. At some point in time, everyone meets in a tavern. And it's this one, outside of time and space. Whether they know it or not, whether they just wake up one day with a sense of adventure, or whether they see themselves part of something bigger. We know for exactly a moment, everyone meets here. Villains, heroes, NPCs, PCs, even just weird little characters called Hoppy Joe, Sloke people. They're all here.
Rest in peace.
Stabby Gabby. Did he die?
Davy should be still here.
Stabby
They're both
Gabby's
still.
here. Everyone is here. It makes quite the Where's Wally painting if you had the time and patience to do it all. And then you're back and you see from above first, those clouds begin to condense and pull and vacuum suck into themselves. And that beam of magic crack down and this wave of force knock you all back from the altar. As the world around you looks the same but different. It's the same because it's where you are, it's where you were. It looks different because, and especially you, Arlington, you can see for a mile. There's just aspects of it, as if there was never planes, there was never anything. There was just always one place where everything existed together. It does mean that there are things in this world now, boulders and mind flayers, more than there were before. But it also means there are things in this world, like Jin, and Archface, and King Puck, and Quest Givers. There's a lot more here, and there's a lot more adventure than when you all started, not too long ago, where everyone was told to stay at home within the little walls that keep them safe. Their little towns and cities. They're silly little cities.
Sillies.
They're little sillies.
I mean, Ben, you could have just told us no interplanar travel for campaign 2 rather than just getting rid of you.
This is our decision.
I did. You did. If you left it open, it would be nothing but interplanar travel. And the dust settles and the song ends. And worlds have not been created. but one world, this world, has been restored. And I think if we have about 10 minutes left, it might be nice to do a little epilogue. For this, let's roll initiative, because it'd be nice to do it in the order that the dice tell us to do.
3.
Oh,
12.
natural 20.
Hey!
I got 15, but I get advantage on initiative, and I just want to compete with that natural 20. So
Oh,
I'm
please.
gonna roll it.
Yeah,
Is everyone else on D&D Beyond?
Did you beat me?
I just got a natural 20.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Wow.
You did. There you go. You guys have to fight for your epilogue.
And I concede to Paul. I think Paul should go first. I just wanted to compete.
No, I think with you having the advantage, you should go. Also, you are the High King of Hibernia. I'd much prefer for you to go for next or first.
Okay. Okay. So I think Arlington and Tig go off. Not like abandoning everyone, but they kind of go off into a bit more of a rural setting in this new. Should we wait for him?
Yeah, so I
No,
No,
think
he said we should keep going.
Yeah.
He knows the way.
So there's all kinds of like weird beasties and monsters now. So, I think Arlington and Tig have set up in this kind of like shack in the middle of a forest. That's a little bit more secluded, a little bit more rural, but it's known in the area as like you go here when you need help with something. So Arlington now serves as a king in all but name. He sees that like everyone of the realm as like people he owes servitude to, and he's like still trying to serve his people, whether they're his actual people or not. So he's kind of like, if you need help, you go here. If you need someone to basically protect your people, like hero for hire, but like always in this place. But he's specifically taking care of Tig and helping him. And as Tig gets older, it's kind of like paying back the way he raised him. And then in between all that, he's just making a point of training and like making sure that the moments that he failed previously in his life will never happen again, and addressing those moments specifically, because even no matter how events played out, he will always see himself as a king that failed his people and a son that failed his father, and he will never let either of those things happen again. And that's what he dedicates his life to doing.
nice. It's a really nice thing.
What does Randir do?
Randir, yeah.
Um,
11th hour.
I think Randir. So Randir, I think.
Oh, also, eventually Arlington has sex with someone. That's just
No,
as an
no,
aside.
No, it's my turn now. Randir says that doesn't. No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
No,
He'll
no
die a virgin,
guarantee.
that's fine.
you're the god of time, but you could not find the time. No, it turns out there's no time.
There's
I
no
mean, who has the
time.
time,
I think Randir is going to. I think Randir's kind of big thing was that his regret was that he couldn't save everybody. In that which is collapsed mine. But knowing that he helped with helped to save a lot more people, I think he kind of feels that he can kind of, I guess, put those problems to bed. So I think he retires. Actually, he retires to the Far Side bar as the barman and brewmaster, where he essentially now answers the prayers of the drunken person who wants to get home and can't figure out where they're going home, or the person who prays that they can get to the bar because it's just about to close for that last drink. Or he's essentially listening to everybody's prayers during a party, during the crack and stuff like that. And I think from time to time he closes up the Far Side and he goes visits Susie, and is still trying to woo her in his own stupid little way. But I think that he retires back to the Far Side bar, and still tries to sell everybody who comes across that weird pocket dimension place, Dying Light Ale, which is still the worst beer he could possibly try to sell people. Yeah, I think that's where Randir kind of ends up.
Deadly.
Does he not? So we don't get any resolution with him and Sarah Susie. It's perpetually a will they, won't they?
Yeah.
She's got real like mean barmaid energy.
Yeah,
you know?
She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she gets the most tips
Yeah.
from very damaged patrons.
Exactly.
So who's next in the order?
I think I was next on the initiative roll. I think so. I think Iggy would go back to her hometown on Agla, and I think she'd maybe want to hang out with that lovely, was his name Kieran or Connell or something, sandy-haired boy in the pub, and kind of go on some like small adventures around the town. Sure, kind of by day, like maybe that's where she'd live, but ultimately she'd be commuting to her real job, which is in the underworld, which happens to be accessed by a cave real close to there. And after spending a large portion of her life thinking that she was the reason for, people being murdered and killing themselves and all this horrible stuff, now she gets to work, and she ultimately got over the admin thing. It's just hard. New job's hard. Now she enjoys it. She's like got little minions. She's okay. And so she gets to kind of like have the nice days at work where she's like really helping people have the best journey through the underworld, and into their next like life cycle, and also making sure that no other fucking demon like makes a little camp here and causes that much pain. So she's very happy to be a standing guard, so to speak. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Good picture.
Nice.
Yeah, that only leaves me. We haven't seen Ben yet, but sure he can rewatch the end.
It's fucking happen. We're completely changing his world.
Yeah.
We didn't. Oh, thank God he's back just in time, because it's going to kill me. I can't remember if your man's name was Kieran or Cahill. It could be either.
Connell.
Connell.
Damn it. Yes. Yeah. That's why I couldn't find it in my notes.
Very stressful to be like, why am I gone? And there's an epilogue happening. I haven't even seen. I won't know how to say it until I rewatch.
Well, you're gonna love it. We all went through our things, except we got Hulk.
Except for me.
You can watch it.
Brilliant. Yeah. I got it back.
And that's like.
Right. Well, I suppose I'll go on. To continue on, Huck, I think. Obviously, everyone else has rested. The Hawkspunks are forever his friends, but he won't be seeing them all of the time. He realizes that the Fianna. Well, he'll be around and visit. He realizes that
whether we want him to or not.
That's so sad that we didn't mention the Hawkspunks.
Yeah.
Epilogues.
It gets to be the last one. He turns the light off. It's like last call.
Yeah. Huck, look, lads, I got my finale. Now, Huck, he realizes he's not gonna. He couldn't really lead the Fianna, and they have a leader and everything else. But he realizes that in this new world, the Fianna are more important than ever. They're the only ones who know anything about any of these, and they're going to need new Fae Fianna and new types of everything else. So he's going to help with that, make as many friends as he can as he wanders this new world, trying to bridge gaps, make friends, play games, and on occasion he goes back to teach all of the Fianna his favorite topic, halfling history. Which he teaches to all of the. It's a very important part for any adventurer to learn the lessons of our halfling forebears, and and he visits everyone in their turn, and he remembers fondly the Huckspunks, but he's forever wandering around making new friends and adventuring.
Lovely.
That was nice. I think Ben is paused again.
Yeah, I think we lost him again.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Here. Am I still here? At least?
Yeah, your
can
camera's
hear you,
frozen, but your audio's here.
That's okay. Audio is all I need. Puck, in your final days in the Fianna, you are in some of the old libraries, and you're looking through some of the old histories. You're beginning to form the question in your mind. Planes being back together seems quite good. It seems relatively okay. I mean, sure, there's chaos and destruction, but seemingly it manageable amount. The question comes to, why were they ever separated? With all this good stuff together, what could they possibly have been trying to keep out? And you look through a window to the sky above, a healed sky, if not a multiplanar one where everything exists together. And you see a scar in it. Claw-like. Big. Bigger than anything you know. Says, well, yes, things come to those who wait.
Can you repeat that last part?
Yeah, we
Unfortunately,
lost a lot of that. I feel like you paused for
Yep.
dramatic effect.
Yeah,
We know
turn
what
off
you're
your
saying.
camera. Turn off your camera. It'll cause less stress on your
Yes,
thing.
yeah. There we go. All good?
Yeah.
I think so.
As a claw rips through the sky, seemingly making its way into this world, you hear a voice rumbling through the land. It says, well, I guess good things come to those who wait. And that is where we will end the campaign.
Uh-oh. Arthur McGuinness. Or just Guinness.
Putting the camera back on because I put myself against.
Yeah, Guinness. Guinness, everyone.
Okay.
When that is, how that is, where that is, who knows? But the one thing that never came through were dragons. But are they back? Only time will tell. That is the end of the campaign. I cannot wait to hear and watch how it ends.
This is how you want to go out, right?
Yeah, God, oh boy. If I wasn't so happy and proud and excited and everything else, I would be panicked and anxious and
Really grand.
tearing my desk apart, being like, but let's close it all out. Huge thank you
The
to
perfect ending.
everyone here, to Wes, to Keelan, to Paul, to Lucy. To Gav was also part of Hocus Punks in the early days as well. To all the guests we've had on. To all the people who have watched this either as it happens live now, or maybe they found us during campaign 2 or 3, or who knows, maybe they've come back to see where it all began. If they have, fingers crossed, we've solved our tech problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of
and
the
actually
things
coming
of
back to
doing it
campaign
live.
1, when for campaign 3 it'll be studio based,
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah,
post production effects, completely change the
Yeah.
cast. They won't know who we are.
Maybe we shoot it on film, that never.
Yeah, get that real
Yeah.
that film burn and stuff. The puppets will be an interesting addition as well, I think.
I'm looking
Old
forward to them.
hand animated.
Exactly.
Every
Yeah.
single cell.
Every frame.
Yeah.
Real time.
This is the end of the campaign. We will be back. Don't you worry your precious little hearts about that. We have not stopped doing this. We are just going to take a little break. We're going to do some what they call in the biz pre-production for how campaign 2 and how story 2, whether it's in Hibernian or not, there are plenty of stories to be told, plenty of DMs to tell them. It won't always be me behind the screen. But we are going to come back. It's going to look a little bit different. We're going to go. The thing we loved about the show and the thing that we miss a lot is being in person. We're going to see if we can start recording in person. The Rain Dead Redemption was a nice test of that. Can we pre-record and put it out? And I think that's how we're going to go. That might change. Does mean a little less chatting live. But pre-records also mean that there are live watch-along parties, which will happen in our Discord. So there will still be a live chat element, but it will come with all the knowledge that we have played through. So therefore, we can let you know in a little bit of a Q&A cast behind the scenes how you're feeling. will come with a little bit more knowledge in those situations as well, which hopefully will be more entertaining, more fun, more engaging for everyone. If you have enjoyed this story, if you like this story, how it ended especially, tell your friends, please do. Ask them to watch 80 episodes of this, which should roll up to about
That's not including
240
the
hours.
specials and the one shots and all that.
Don't want to just watch the campaign. But yeah, there's obviously specials and one shots. Get them in with the specials and one shots. Let them stick around for the campaign. We will be in our Discord. We're not going anywhere. The Discord's still there. We'll still be active on social media. You can still reach us pretty much everywhere you can find us. We're not mysterious people. Is there anything before I close this out proper that anyone wants to say?
I can't wait for you to watch back the VOD and see what our character render stuff was, Ben, because we killed so many of your NPCs and there was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, we were all cackling about how
It's true.
we tricked Rua, and
We found her at the end of the world and then we killed her. It was very satisfying.
And Bacchus, we stabbed him.
Yeah.
Just to show her.
all those bards, especially.
Yeah.
Arlington wakes up one day with a list being all bards. Well, I guess so. I don't remember writing it, but I better go get them.
I mean, I'm already the bad guy. Why don't I just be the murderer in a horror movie? I will become the monster they didn't think I was.
Well, without anything else, let's bring this to a close. We will be back, not in 2 weeks, but sometime in the future. It might be no time at all for you, if you are in the future. We will be back. But until then, I know I'm asking a lot of you because it's a longer period of time. Be sound. Good night. And joy.
And
he's having a stroke.
And joy to you all.
There we go. Yeah. Duck the landing.
All right.
Launch, everyone.
Sláinte.
Launch.
Way to end the campaign. Technical difficulties.
Yep. Can't wait to solve those. All right, guys.
All the times, all the places.